This morning on DC News Now, a few locations needing the umbrella this morning, mainly off towards the northernmost parts of the region. More rain on the way back out towards the west and a few of those light showers just down towards our south. More details and timing coming up.
Also coming up this morning, a deadly stabbing in the heart of the district. We have a live report from the scene right near DuPont Circle coming up.
What's a critical deadline for the country? What is next if Congress does not raise the debt ceiling today?
And Maryland has a new governor. A look back at yesterday's historic inauguration.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside this morning. We are tracking the possibility of some rain today, Jackie.
Yeah, in DC right now, we're not seeing it just yet. But yes, we are seeing a few rain showers, mainly into northwesternmost parts of the viewing area, even into north central Maryland, seeing a few of those light showers at this point. But overall, we'll see more rain. That'll be on and off through the day. Watching this line back out towards our west across parts of Kentucky, even into extreme westernmost parts of West Virginia. Also seeing a few of those rain showers out ahead of it, just down towards our south and west. So again, we'll see those on and off showers through the day. Seeing that green on the radar at this point into northernmost parts of Maryland and even into north and westernmost parts of Maryland. Seeing a few also splotches of pink, and that indicates a little bit of that rain and snow mix. Could even see a little bit of that freezing drizzle for parts of the region, especially back out towards those higher elevations out towards Cumberland. So please take it slow on your travels there. Farther south, we're starting to notice a few of those rain showers starting to push in to Culpeper County at this point. We'll be watching those as they continue to move their way a little bit farther off towards our north and east. Visibility has been reduced, seeing some patchy fog down about 1 to 2 miles visibility in Cumberland, 4 miles in Hagerstown and Frederick. Those temperatures, those are upper 30s to low to mid 40s as you're heading out the door. More details coming up, but Shanika's here. We'll look at traffic. How are the roads this morning?
You're completely backed up, and this is the beginning of the 270 spur, and this is right near Democracy Boulevard. You're seeing a lot of brake lights. Not sure why. There's no crash reported on the maps here, so I'll keep an eye on that. Coming out of Frederick, heading southbound, you're looking okay. You might tap your brakes in Hyattstown, but after that, you're good to go until you get to the 270 spur. Looking at 66 east and west, you're looking okay. 95 heading northbound, right near Lorton Road. You're dealing with a crash, and it is slowing things down. You can see from the maps you're looking a little red.
All right, thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is coming up on 6:02 on this Thursday morning.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of our top stories on this Thursday morning. Breaking overnight, a man is dead after a stabbing near DuPont Circle. Police say it happened just before 10 o'clock last night on P Street. Now, we'll have more on this in a live report coming up in just a minute.
And last year was a record-breaking year for TSA gun seizures between the 3 major airports in our area. Officials say they confiscated nearly 90 guns. The agency wants to remind travelers that you can travel with a gun, but they must be packed correctly and told to the agents at the check-in desk.
And the West Virginia State House passes a bill that would cut income taxes by 50% over the next 3 years. The plan also establishes a personal income tax reserve fund that would balance any shortfalls if the state were to see a deficit in the future. That bill now heads to the Senate.
And in an emotional announcement, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern shares that she is resigning. Ardern has been Prime Minister for nearly 6 years, leading the island nation through its worst mass shooting, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. She says her last day in office will be February 7th. Ardern will remain a lawmaker until the October elections.
And Microsoft says it is laying off 10,000 workers. That's almost 5% of its workforce. The tech giant blamed the layoffs on growing economic uncertainty. Microsoft joins Amazon and Salesforce announcing major job cuts this month.
Your time right now is 6:03 this morning. More on that breaking news near DuPont Circle, where police say they are investigating a deadly stabbing. That happened on P Street, just 1 block away from the circle. That's where we find our Lex Wars this morning. So, Lex, what are you learning from police?
Well, police say that the stabbing happened just before 10 o'clock in this very busy part of the city, like you said, 1 block away from where DuPont Circle actually is. Now, according to police, the details are limited, but we do know that a man was stabbed and taken to a local hospital. Within an hour and a half of the stabbing, he died. At the time that it happened, restaurants here in the area were starting to close up for the night. Councilmember Brooke Pinto, the chairwoman for Public Safety Committee, actually took to Twitter to announce the death just before 11:30. She says that she's closely following this investigation. Well, right now at this point, No suspect has been named, and police have not released the name of that victim. Of course, as we get updates, we'll bring them to you both here and online. For now, live in DuPont Circle, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Lex. And more details this morning in a deadly shootout that happened in Southeast. Police now say they have arrested a 15-year-old boy. That teen was one of 3 people shot in the incident on Tuesday. Police say after he was hit, he fired multiple shots, hitting and killing a bystander. The victim has been identified as 54-year-old Dale Henson. Now, Henson's family describes her as the backbone of their family, someone who is always willing and ready to help. Her daughter tells us that she was picking up food for a grieving family member when she was shot.
Y'all took somebody, first of all, she didn't deserve it. You took away a mother, a daughter, a grandmother away from family members who needed her. You know, her presence was known when she walked into a room, and now we don't have that.
Shoot her down.
She didn't deserve this.
The 15-year-old is now facing second-degree murder charges. And local youth gathered last night at the Thurgood Marshall Center to discuss their concerns about crime and gun violence. The annual summit gives them a chance to come up with solutions. 12-year-old Andre Wilson was among the speakers there. He shared how gun violence has affected his life at such a young age.
I'm tired of losing people I love the most. I lost, do y'all know the 11-year-old Davon McNeil? Died on July 4th, 2020. And I lost my father when I was 3 years old in 2013.
Representatives from various local government agencies attended that summit.
So it's not like the world is going to come to an end tomorrow or even next week, but the closer and closer we get to June, the more likely we are going to run into problems.
And the financial future of the United States left up in the air as lawmakers start discussions about raising the debt limit. Now, the U.S. is set to hit the debt limit today, but the Treasury Department will take what they call extraordinary measures to prevent an immediate crisis. Now, the move by the Treasury Department should give Congress until the summer to figure out a plan to raise the debt ceiling or risk defaulting. Many Republicans, though, are saying they will not vote to raise the ceiling unless Congress also agrees to spending cuts. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he is ready to start negotiating.
And the common sense compromise that puts us back onto a balanced budget.
And we will keep you updated on the debt ceiling as we get closer to the mark right here in Washington.
Right now, we are standing here in our history, in our shared history, in our collective history.
And making history in Maryland this morning, Wes Moore is waking up as governor for the first time. Now, Moore became the state's first black governor at a swearing-in ceremony at the State House yesterday.
That is right. Thousands of people came from across the state to see Moore and Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller for Inauguration Day in Annapolis. They also held the People's Ball last night, a post-swearing-in celebration in Baltimore. We caught up with the new governor before that night got started. He says he wants to be known as more than being just the state's first black governor.
The assignment is to make sure that all the issues that we've been working on, and frankly, that I've been working on my entire adult life, that if we're not moving towards creating a resolution to these things, and if we're not making a government that can be more responsive and more inclusive and provide lift to families, then simply being the first wasn't enough.
And the inauguration attracted people from all across Maryland, from the Chesapeake Bay to Hagerstown, all coming to the state capitol to celebrate. In Washington County, we caught up with Western Marylanders who traveled to Annapolis to see the historic moment firsthand.
Historical day in my state of Maryland. I've been following Wes Moore probably for about 10 years now, and I'm just really proud of him.
His running mate, Aruna Miller, has probably fascinated more people. She's an intelligent woman. I can't wait to see them work together.
And with Wes Moore taking office, he had his pick of Maryland's top leaders to help fill his administration. One of the new cabinet members is Hagerstown Mayor Emily Keller, who is leaving the city's top office empty. Keller announced that she's going to step down and become the state's new Secretary for Opioid Crisis Response. Her replacement will be picked by the City Council. They'll meet next week to decide if one of their own will be promoted to mayor or whether there will be a process opened up for any qualified city resident to be considered.
I think it'll come down to whether there is interest from the body to go outside of who sits on the council now, or whether, you know, we stay in-house with it, so to speak. And I don't think we're at that stage yet.
The process for picking a new mayor is expected to ramp up sometime next week.